Thank you for staying with us. Nima, before we went on the break,
yes.
you were...
So I was saying that, you know, the requirement to be emotionally intelligent in marriage has been left to women. So women naturally will be able to lead when they should be resting. So imagine you have 4 kids to run, a husband to cater to, a mother-in-law, a sister-in-law, father-in-law, your father, your sister. A woman is, you know, what does this need? Who needs a loud voice? Who needs a firm voice? Who needs soft voice? How do we meet up? And how do you still come to your husband when you should be, you're in the mood to scold that why are you delaying? Why are you not leading? Why are you not understanding that we need to build boundaries? You are still the one who needs to come and say, hey, my love, it's okay. Anything you say, because a man doesn't bother about those things. Okay. I'm picking from Abigail's example of, you know, the man who said to his wife that
she's big.
She has not had sex because he doesn't think that, oh, the sacrifice of giving me a lineage, she lost her body. He doesn't consider it a sacrifice. He's moved on. Nobody taught him. He has not taught himself. So men just learn that once you can make money, your knowledge don't finish. Just maintain making money.
You know, this thing that you said,
improve.
It just reminded me of a clip I saw recently of a man. He had followed his wife for one of those antenatal visits. And, you know, where you sit down, the bed, he was shocked what it entailed, that she would sit down, have her legs in the stirrups. He could not believe, he was like, this is what you do? I mean, you have your legs open and everybody will see. I'm like, even as simple as that, many men don't know. They don't understand the biology, how things work. Like, we have to send them to biology school first for them to understand how body works.
Giving him a child, still picking on this example, would have taken not just a toll on her, but a life. Yesterday we were talking, myself and YK, and we were like, you never come back to where you were at the time. Emotionally, physically, never.
Your life changes forever.
But a man moves on faster because he just sees children. And so when you see women beat hard litigation if they were doing a custody, men will say you're living in the past. Whereas if you sorted out some of the bullets that were bullets at the time, they will not become bomb at custody. Simple respect, appreciation, simple things like that. I gave her money. I'm providing her money. And once you take out money, if she can't provide herself, the woman will not stay. Most of those, you say, the marriage, she's divorcing. And he used to provide, though, he even did and did this and that for her. Some things are so unresolved emotionally that the woman will look at him no matter what he has. Once she has those things, she's out the door.
I'd like to say something.
Let me just quickly, because you mentioned something about boundaries, and I think that when we talk about leadership, because this show is also educating, so beyond just highlighting the problems, leadership is your ability to say, this is my house. And when my mom comes into this house and is disrespecting my wife, I need to protect my wife because I'm a leader. She's depending on me. She cannot talk back to my mom. She needs to respect an elderly person. But the thing my mom is saying to this woman is going to demoralize and it won't give me peace of mind here. So I'm going to let my mom know, Mommy, no, you can't do this. This is what I believe you should do. That is leadership. Many women today are being battered by in-laws, family members of the man, and the man doesn't understand how to protect, how to stand in gap. That's leadership. A leader will stand and say, you cannot do this to my children. You cannot do this to my wife.
So you must have the rules in your house that you enforce.
To create the rule. You must have the ability to see the problem and prefer a solution.
Okay, let's get this call. Samuel from Shomolu. Good morning, Samuel. Samuel, good morning. Can you hear us?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Oh, sorry.
So I was going... Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to say that we all know that marriage is not one size fits all at all.
Okay.
So while we are talking about the men, I know that the men are in focus now, but let's divert a bit to the women. Do women really care? Do women care? Because if you hear the Gen Zs talk these days, they don't care. As long as you can give them the designers, which of the song Odumo do black that say, who go buy you with a handbag, all those kind of stuff. So I think that we have the rate divided, the figure is divided. We that are millennials, most millennials, they have grown to know that, okay, certain things I can't accept anymore. But then you doubt it when it gets to the Gen Zs, because in as much as they are still trying to do their stuff, it now feels like they are looking for somebody who will be the sole provider. Provider that will still do other things. Like you will provide the money, you will still wash the plate, you will still do everything.
I want a rich, tall, dark, handsome man, and godly, and God-fearing.
Someone said to that, just go and check the right hand of God for that person. Anyway, we have a call from Abuja. Abdulaziz. Good morning, Abdulaziz. Good morning, Abdulaziz.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well,
I'm
thank you. Welcome to the show. Please go ahead and make your contribution.
Now, you see, from what you are saying, I think the main issue, the fundamental issue is love. True love is very scarce nowadays. People think money can buy love or otherwise, but no. When you have true love, even if that woman is providing the psychological support, just like one of you mentioned the other time, that when a man gives support to the children, especially whether girls, whether boys, you will see them, they come up with confidence and they'll be bold to say anything where they are, anywhere they are, and they'll be successful. I think it's Topper that mentioned that. That is exactly the issue. When there is true love is very, very fundamental. Because the woman, it will not go into her head that because I'm providing, he will lose the respect for the man. The same thing the man himself, when he knows that this woman is providing, will look at it as this is temporary and tentative. My responsibility is to provide for my wife, my family, and as well give them that security of life. So it really matters when both of them understand what true love is. And that is the fundamental issue that is missing in this world today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abdulaziz.
Can I land with my thought?
Okay.
So I was going to make 3 other points that this gender war we see these days is because women are adjusting, men are not wanting to adjust because it's now putting them at the place of service. They are now saying that, okay, we can no longer sit down, spread our legs and be reading newspapers while my wife is working. It will be seen as unfair. So men are finding it hard. You see this thing they call shock. They are finding it hard to adjust to the new realities. That's why we are having this fight. My husband is not doing this, my wife is doing this. Now I want to say something that our generation, we've learned what we've been formed, we've been molded, but the present generation, they should think of how they will train their boy children. Boy child, most times, they ignore
generation. You know that the mindset changes, changes per time.
Yes.
So we millennials were accepting of certain things in our 20s.
Yes.
That we will not accept, I cannot even put up with.
So the boy child, we should train our boy child to see, like doing chores. It starts with doing chores. You don't say, okay, you can't sweep as a boy, you can't wash plates. Allow the boy do the dishes. And then the woman, don't think that, okay, you have to wait for the man to give you. If you have, you can support the boy too. Once you train your girl child and you train your boy child, it becomes very easy for these people to fit in a family setting.
You know, I hear you, Abigail, but I hear
the conversation.
Yes, but let's take. We have a call from Olawale Yanopaja. Good morning, Olawale.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir.
God bless you.
God bless you too. Bless you too.
I'm so happy I get you people. May the Lord bless you all.
Bless you too.
Amen.
In fact, the topic you are dealing with is awesome. And I support the other man that said love, true love. I've seen a wife that the husband is trying to assist. They grow, but she felt the inferior complex or so her, maybe my husband wants me to be the one feeding the family. Some men are trying to do that. But when they find out that the wife is not ready, they may drop off. But if there is true love, in fact, you don't even need to think or to tell your husband, okay, I need this assistant before the husband will come in. And you don't need to tell your wife you need it before the two of you match up and you're growing your house. And I support the other lady in the other end that said, man is the head or the spiritual head of a house. Like my home, I'd like to lead my family both spiritually and physically, because that before anything happens in the physical, it takes effect in the spiritual realm. And when you don't go into the spiritual realm ahead of whatever you are, any of your day activity, you are just doing any other thing else. And the husband that is able to stand in spiritual will see his house going strong and perfect every other day. So let man wake up spiritually and begin to respond as a spiritual head. And all these things we are discussing, you'll find it will be going on successfully without any rancor. May the Lord bless you all.
Thank
God bless
you.
you.
Thank you, Gawain. It's okay, you're itching to jump in.
Love is not enough. Love is not enough to make a marriage work. A man can love his family, but if he's not mature and is not leading that household, that family will go into crisis. Love does not make you a good pilot. It doesn't make you a good doctor. You need to learn how to lead a house. People are not learning how to lead a house. Currently, there are many parenting coaches. And when you enter the groups, and I'm in several, I'm doing 2 coaching programs, I'm learning how to be a better parent. And we are all women there. And I'm asking myself, I have to first, I did last year. This year, I told my husband, join the group. You must join. Because where are the men? You cannot be a parent without understanding how to do it. You don't pay. It's not, I feel like I love my wife. I've prayed. Let me now help you do CS. Yes, you love your wife, you have prayed. You will do CS when you're not a doctor. It can't work. Love isn't enough to make a marriage work. There is self-development, there is maturity, because the same way the man loves his wife, he loves his mother. So you see men unable to have the leadership ability to process and prioritize per time. Should I speak to my parents? Okay. Or should I support my wife? Yeah, how do I manage a pregnant wife? Pregnant wife is cooking and cutting hand because your mother-in-law says she must eat Titus fish at night. Priorities.
That was very specific.
It's a true story. So we are talking about the callers are saying love and spiritual leadership because that is comfort zone still. I love you so much. I've provided for you, but I need leadership. I need you to guide me. My son, our son is misbehaving. You're not saying anything. There are many things, there are components that work together. So you have to be on a self-development journey and maturity journey.
But let me ask this question. I'm asking it because in giving your point, Nimat said something about times are changing. And you also talked about Gen Z and the things that they want. So when times are changing, that means things will be seen differently. What was seen as a virtue in one time would be discarded in another time. And let me just give an example. I've heard younger people say, all these things that you women are fighting for, independence, women finance, I'm not with you people.
Soft girl life.
That's why I said, no, I didn't say times.
No, you had said we're not in the cave anymore.
Okay, so, yes, at that time. But when I was referring to Abigail's, I'm talking about changing as maturity comes. So a younger woman, maybe with less income or no income, would accept a man with a bad behavior. Everything he does to her, she'll just, as long as he's providing, as long as I'm not outside. And then she gets to a point, she's 30, she's thinking, why am I even here? She's looking at her kids, she's looking at her husband and thinking, was it worth it? I've lost myself. She wants to find herself. She wants, the only reason he talks at me is because I don't have money. I want to go and find work now. I want to go and start a business. Will he stop talking? Because he's done it. Maybe let's say, maybe they met when she was 20. And he would always talk down. He would always scream his way in the house. So and then as she's growing, she's thinking, okay, this money is not even worth the shout. Priorities are changing. The children, they will survive. Even if she doesn't have a job, okay, take your call.
Yeah. Stephen from Agbado. Good morning, Stephen.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm a first caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. God bless you. The topic is a very unique one.
Okay.
I'm about 70 years old. When we are talking about lead or a leader or a husband, I support Odigwe. There's no love without money. There's no how you can provide for the family and you expect a respect. My fathers, in old days, around 50s, my father married 3 wives. He had a very large farm of land and shared it among the wives. Because he's able to acquire larger farmland, there's a respect, and he gives them an order and they follow because he provides for the family. Nowadays, you can't go into a relationship without money. There's nothing you can talk about love, raising a family, going into a marriage without money. We shouldn't deceive ourselves or deviate from the truth. When you are talking about mixing it up, let spiritual be apart. But we are talking about how can a man give an order at home and you expect the order to be followed where you cannot provide. It's not done. I myself, as about close to 70, there's a certain things I've already arranged myself before going into the marriage around 1989. I made sure I did not marry into my family's house. I made sure I have my own house. I made sure I have an extra other job. If one failed, then I should go to the other. A lot of people don't think about that. One linear business can disappoint you. You can be working in a company and find yourself sacked suddenly.
Okay.
So the moment you are looking for any other alternative, then you are good to go. So my advice is for the men to wake up. It's not about love. Love will fade without money. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephen, for your contribution. I know. Are you done? Because
I was saying that even when the man is still providing, at some point she outgrows his provision because her mindset is of care of certain qualities he doesn't possess. He cannot imagine himself in that place. He finds it demeaning to cater to his wife. He finds it demeaning to help her. You know, to even have some people it's a difficult thing to have a conversation. They instruct, they can't converse. So a woman in that position,
commander-in-chief.
A commander-in-chief, the woman is saying, okay, please, let me just explain why I need to go back to school, why I need to get a master's, or why I need to open this business. Or I went to Madam TMO's conference, but now I think I want to be financially independent. I want to have my own, your own words. Your own words.
Who are the friends you're keeping?
Yeah. Back home, all your friends are divorcees. That's why you want to be. You see all your friends are single. You can never progress. They can have a conversation. They can say, okay, yes, these are the people in your ears, but why is it making sense to you? If you were happy, thriving in your home, it won't make sense to you even if your friends were single and telling you to abandon your husband. But it will make sense to you if you were not thriving at home, if you are not happy at home. So the proper conversation is, why are you not happy here? Why are you not happy with me if it was about love? Because when Temo says love is not enough, if you truly love someone, you want to really be sure why they're happy so that when they are making the mistake or the fear, because women no longer have that fear. If you leave this home, you will not. your next one will be nemesis.
All right. So
women don't believe that.
I want to divert a bit again. You know, these days we are talking about paternity fraud, women cheating in marriages. When they were talking about the world record, was it 2 years ago of cheating women? I heard they called Nigeria,
top.
And when they want to talk about it, so you know that women most of the time they are breaking free. Women, and when women want to do their own, you can't hold them. You can't grip you can't tell what they can do afterward.
Okay.
So I feel like society is here to adjust to the new realities. As you said, in marriages, you can't tell me how to live with my husband, right? We know that there's a norm. The man should come for the woman, marry the woman. The man should ask the woman out. But these days we see women asking men out.
Yes, men.
So society should not frown at the woman who decides to ask the man out, if it will work. So society should not say, okay, this is happening in your house. As a woman, is a lie. You must cook that food today. And if a woman or a man comes out to cry out and say, okay, this is happening in my marriage, the first people who judge, they are the society. So I think that society has to adjust and accept some of these realities so that people don't feel stifled. Like most of the women, you see, like this woman that I'm talking about, that the husband is complaining you're no longer attractive. Once one small boy outside tell them that, okay, you're looking attractive, it will be easy for them to just say, okay, somebody finds me attractive. Okay, let me follow this person. Yes. So some of these things are what we have to look at, because the result of this negligence and men not doing what they have to do, you know, it causes a lot of...
There's a question I've been holding on to ask, but we have a call now. Hopefully we'll get to that question. Say You is on the line. Good morning, Say You.
Say You.
No. Oh, wow. Say You. Good morning, Say You. Good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Yes, ma. I'm first time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, ma. I want to contribute to the topic of the day.
Please go ahead.
From my own point of view, I think marriage has to do with two things. That is, once we have it at the back of the mind that the marriage is by worship and life, then I think everything will be okay. Because when we say it's by religions and life, when you say by religion, you have to obey the husband. Then by life, at least two of them has to be, there's supposed to be something that's a mutual things together. When a man brings, and if the man doesn't have, the woman will help the man. I think if that one, your understanding is in between of two of them, then at least that thing will be okay. Then but the other man that spoke the other time that marriage is all about love. There's nothing like love without money. Yes, I believe that. But when you put the priority on money alone, sincerely speaking, at least there will be a certain time that the money, maybe at times, that thing will just come down. Then, if it's because of the money they love each other, I think the love will die.
Thank you.
That is my own point of view.
Thank you, Say. I think Say is talking about balance. So I think it also brings me to the question I've been, working on in my head, that if we were to ask today, just looking around us, the people we know, if a woman was to make a choice today, or what sort of leadership do we see women responding to today, in this new times, these modern times? What is the sort of leader she's responding to? Is she responding to someone who is emotionally intelligent, supportive, mentally there, or are women responding to the provision type leader? Let's look at what we're seeing today in today's times.
I don't think there's a one size fits all, because women.
But there's an average.
Women is not one. Even on this table, each of us represents a different class of women.
I get that, but we're talking about an era. Different eras come with different culture, behavior, pattern of behavior. So in this era, what do women actually gravitate towards when they are picking a man?
People in their early 20s would say right now that they want someone who is financially responsible, because the language over and over again you hear online is I don't want to be, I want soft girl life. I want
but I've heard women in their 40s say the same thing.
And the hustle. The majority of girls now feel like, I don't want to, my parents hustled with the man in the beginning, but it wasn't like it made any major difference at the end of the day, because they still had to fight for themselves and fight for the future they wanted. So why should I now find a small boy I'm going to be hustling with? However, the changes happen. When I was young, a lot of people around my age too wanted someone that would give them the soft life. They were marrying for money when I was younger too. So it is that as people get older, the 20-something-year-old today might be saying, I want a girl, a person that has money. Ask that person in 10 years' time if she's not married. And her expectations and desires will change because she has had more maturity. So that's why I feel somehow about saying that culture, when we're talking about, oh, culture is changing, the culture really, yes, there's a bit more awareness and knowledge, but people change. A 20-year-old is different from a 30-year-old, from a 40-year-old, from a 50-year-old. If you are looking at the majority, changes happen and our expectation changes. When I'm in my 20s, I can say I cannot marry somebody shorter than me. Then you realize when you're in your 30s that height is no longer
I get that, but you know, I'm really talking about money and provision. There's a reason why I'm asking that. Let me take Amaka's call and then we can continue. Amaka, good morning. Amaka from Yanopaja. Good morning, Amaka.
Hello, good morning.
We can hear you. We can hear you, Amaka. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Welcome, Amaka. First time caller.
Oh, first time caller. Welcome to the show.
I really love the show.
Thank
you. You guys are the topic of this morning. I've been watching your tune. Thank you. Okay, what I really want to say is most men of these days are no longer leading their home. I had a topic talking about a topic or program that is held in that has to do with men. I think many men need to go back to seminars that is teaching mostly on marriages, on how to lead, how to handle home, because most men are seen as now as grown-up babies in the house. That even the women have to be home leading in most of the things that is going on in their home. So I think my little contribution this morning is that men should grow up to be able to meet up with the standard of being a man so that they can be able to lead their home. Thank you.
Thank you, Amaka.
Thank you very much.
So I was going to say that, you know, it's with expectation. So as a young woman, you've married, money was not your focus, because in some homes, money wasn't what you were supposed to come in with. You're supposed to grow so that when he becomes richer, he takes care of you. You will now find that woman in her 40s and thinking nothing changed. He got richer and got worse. He became a bad person, or money even exposed worse side of him than I wanted. Okay. And you know, I was never compensated for my sacrifice. Okay. And the woman, when you ask such a woman where she is unfulfilled, she wants to leave, and it will not be about money again. Okay. And you can find someone who, from the beginning, I saw my mother. The beginning for her, she suffered till she was bitter to death. I do not want to suffer bitterness in my life. Let him just bring money. We'll compensate if he's not a good person. I will find a way. And some people survive that, you know. And so some is, he grew older, he lost his money, an amazing man. So money doesn't always feature. But when a man puts money as all he needs to have, he might have an unfulfilled home. You even have kids who know their dad has money and they are so unhappy because nothing is working. He's unaccountable, he's disloyal to even his children. And you know, you see the man, I see the argument all the time of people saying when the man now gets old, he needs a smaller wife. It's because you were a miserable person from the get-go. You don't need a smaller wife if your kids were in love with you, even till death. Some kids are in love with the dead in memory of their dad.
I hear this style, this side that you're all pushing, but I have seen situations, real life situations, where the man did not have the money, the woman had the money. He showed up in many ways, but because there was no money, the wife was almost seen as the leader. Because there were decisions that only money can complete that decision. If we are going to this travel here, no, not necessarily.
Mentality for some.
Why I'm leading this conversation this way is the fact that, you know, we started this conversation almost saying that men cannot do, once there's no money involved, they don't have anything else to do. But I've seen men who have other things, the mental, the emotional, but that money doesn't get them the respect that they deserve. That money sometimes has been a cog in the wheel of how their family runs.
The mentality of their
when men are lined up and they're supposed to be chosen, they are not necessarily chosen because of these other things that they have. They're mostly chosen for the money that they have, and then you find out if they are good or if they are kind. And the reason, you know, I'm going this way is when we look at it this way, we take away the blame from the man only, because it seems that it's only the man that has the fault. That's why he finds himself. He does not have the what's the word I'm looking for? It's his fault that women in modern times are not, gelling with them very much. So I'm saying that sometimes men are insisting on wanting that money leadership, that provision leadership, because that's what the society wants from them. That's what that's how the society gives them respect. So it's not necessarily their fault. It's that the society is asking for it. The women are asking for it. The children, their homes, their colleagues, that's what they're asking of them. That the richer you are in the midst of all your other colleagues, the more respect that you get. The richer you are in your church or your society, the more respect and recognition that you get. So no matter how good you are, if you don't have that money, you won't be seen as that leader.
So I married my husband, and I've said it, we're owing house rent into the house that we're moving into, 2 years. I didn't tell my parents because I knew that there would be an issue on ground.
Sorry, Dr. Let me just interrupt you before you go ahead. Hassan is on the line. Good morning, Hassan.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Please, I have something to say here. Obviously. I can see that most of the men that are calling you, they are very, very diplomatic with you. And you are very blunt to say it the way you feel it is right, in your own way. Let me be very, very frank here. You see, let me pass a message to you, all of you, on that electric table. Men are divinely ordained to be leaders in their homes. There's nothing anybody can do about that. Even among you people that are saying man is the head, while women are the neck, I don't believe in it. That the neck is controlling the head. That's an irony. It's an insult to men. It's a leadership given to men by God. And when you talk about money, women don't respect you if you cannot provide. Let us be frank with ourselves. They don't. Look, you feel disappointed if you don't have money to drop in your home to maintain your family. And that leadership can only be maintained if you are putting down that money. But what is coming out from most of you, more especially you, the educated ones, is that apart from dropping the money, you want to take our own dignity to join. You want us to join you in the kitchen. You want us to join you taking children to school. Even you want us to join you in the labor room. Please, people are designed for different things by Almighty God. God designed women to give birth. God gave them the energy, you understand, to raise the children. A man dare not carry a baby for 1 hour. He will get exhausted. But women can carry you for more than only God knows how many days. It was the energy provided, given to women because they were designed to do so.
Do you think the women
also?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Do you think the women don't get burnt out? Do you think they don't get tired of doing these things?
Let me tell you, all this kind of a thing is coming out from educated women because they are not concentrated mothers. They work outside.
Mothers.
They are not concentrated mothers in the sense that they go outside to work and they combine it with motherhood. So that is why they are seeing that thing as a multitasking. It's very clear. And secondly,
so are you saying that they are taking on too much?
All of you have been saying something. All of you have been talking about your mother-in-laws. Mother-in-law. None of you ever spoke about your mothers. And in matrimony, you will see a man respecting his mother-in-law, as his own mother. biological mother. But women, most that educated women, they find it difficult to respect their mother-in-laws. I don't know their problem with mother-in-law. Any problem, they attribute it to mother-in-laws. As far as you can be patient with your mother, please be patient with the mother of your husband.
Thank you, Hassan, for your contribution. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll discuss Hassan's contributions.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thank you for staying with us. Tokwe, you were about to respond to my question.
Before Hassan's call came in, I was talking about the fact that when I married my husband, I knew that there was house rent, and because before I married him, when we met, he was going through, like, he just had a major financial crisis, put all his money, took loan to do a particular business, and the business didn't pan out. So it was a case of he was in recovery mode, but he had leadership, because leadership is not about how much you have. It's about, leadership is an action word. It's about how you act. It is what you do. It's not a man is the head, is the leader. Oh yeah, when should we leave the house? What do you think? Some men can't even make a decision. Like, they are indecisive, and you say you are a leader. You cannot put boundaries in place, and you are a leader. You cannot speak up for your family, and you are a leader. What do we call leader? Having money in the pocket. And the money issue is an African, Nigerian issue. It's not a global issue. It's an African issue where basics are not provided for. So anybody that has money, regardless of if you are a man or a woman, you are respected. So if it is a man that has money, of course you'll be respected. If a woman that has money, they will respect you. Money is respected. Money is power in Nigeria. Not leadership, not influence, not good works. Just have money, that's power. But that is contextual, it's here. It is why marriages that seem to be working in Nigeria just move to UK or Canada or US and everything scatters, because the system there is different. It's not even about whether the woman is making more money. It's just that the system expects more in terms of leadership, more in terms of responsibility beyond cash. Responsibility beyond cash. Hassan's conversation was very, very, it feels like he was using pin to choke my body, like literally, like you're using pin to choke my body. Like,
what part of the conversation?
So much from men. He was giving the feeling like we're asking, so why should a man be in the labor room? Why are we expecting a man to be cleaning the house? It's because women are distracted and they are doing many other things. Educated women are enlightened, and that's why we are talking too much. Okay, you cannot understand what a woman goes through. I can't understand what you go through. I can't know how the shoe is pinching you unless I wear the shoe. So there are assumptions that my mother gave birth to my younger brother, stood up from the bed and went to the kitchen and cooked. Why can't my wife also stand up from the bed after delivery and cook? Well, if you went through the delivery and see that she had CS or she had cuts, you would understand better. Or you understand that
she doesn't have any cuts.
Each individual is different. So there's an assumption that is out there, like women are asking for too much. And there are men in that category that truly believe that women are asking for too much. What do you want again? Okay, now we should be coaches, now we should be therapists.
Let me also say what I think I also heard him try to say. He said something about educated women, and I think he used that, for me, I'll explain it, that he used that generally, meaning women who are empowered, enlightened, and they're doing a lot of work. So if you as a woman choose to not just be a mother, you have decided to also get a job, of course, the burden will seem much bigger on you. Because if we were to compare you to a woman who has decided, you see this my role, I want to be a nurturer and a mother. I'll put all my resources and everything and my strength here. And then that's all she does. While he does the provision for her to be able to do that. So in that way, they are partners. He said, well, this multitasking that women are doing, they have brought it upon themselves. You're doing this at home, you're doing that in the workplace, you're doing this, you're traveling here, you're doing all this. So somehow you have brought in this to yourself. It's not necessarily the man's fault that you're in this case, in this position. So that's what he is saying. That. So my question is, this multitasking that we have bestowed upon ourselves, I hear women say, I'm a multitasker, I'm a multitasker. Is it really the man's fault, or have we carried on something that we can't carry.
Saying we bestowed upon ourselves is something unfair to say, because different people experience life differently. Some people want to be the soft girl, but life doesn't give them that opportunity, so they just have to step in and become the breadwinners of their family instead of sleeping around and engaging in crime. So I don't think that it would be fair on any man to say, okay, because you bestowed on me, I want to abuse that privilege, I want to use your vulnerability. I think everybody should just marry their kind. Whoever you are, if you're the man that wants a woman that you will say, sit down here, you will see that woman. Stick to that woman. Don't go and look for a woman that is okay, oh, I love the way this woman talks, I love her parole, I want to have her. And then you want to have her to subdue her and to control her.
But some of them start off as if they like what is going.
That's what I'm saying. They come
and
in and then they start clipping your wings, they start clipping, they start making snare comments, they start...
women, Nima knows, has plenty stories.
So we'll call you a man.
You always share those stories. Women who were full-time housewives and their husband passed on and they have nothing to do.
Families,
not even that. Several of them just because they were okay being housewives. They were taking care of the children. They did it for 15 years and the children are doing well. But the man died.
Remember,
and the man died without knowing he was going to die. And so there was no plan for how the children will go to university and all of that. Then they will insult that woman. Sometimes they can't pay house rent again. And she's left on the streets. So we've seen this happen. So we now tell women that because you don't know what happened to your husband, you to have something, have a skill, you have a brain, be able to do something, but you are not saying that exploration is all, we are putting too much on ourselves. Even being a full-time housewife is a whole lot.
So I wanted to answer when Mary said we brought this on ourselves. We didn't.
I'm asking.
Reality brought it on us. Is the fact that, you know, the same setting that this man grew up will not support you as a housewife. If anything were to happen. I'm not even saying he died. I'm saying he got broke or he had an accident. He's alive, but he can't help you. And then family will say, you see, now you kill her. Now your wahala kill her. You know, you have kids and the wahala is not disappearing. And you're not learning how to write with your left hand in old age. You're forcing your... So most women, having lived it through somebody else's experience, maybe mother, aunties, say, I don't want to ever be there. Even fathers, when they were raising their daughters like us, were saying to us, never will you be in the position where you can't help yourself. And forcing their daughters to take courses that will make them managers and CEOs as opposed to being secretary. Fathers were saying to their daughters, start a business that empowers you so much that you can afford whatever you need, even whether you have a husband who is providing for you or not. So they raised empowered women and they didn't raise empowered men. They didn't raise empathetic men. And we are here today in society. Women didn't bring this on themselves. Women had to adjust to their realities. And that reality today, men too have to adjust. Unlike what Hassan said, when we talk about mother-in-laws and father-in-law, women will talk about mother-in-laws because what they need to give their mother-in-law is beyond a stipend every month. It's not that when they are visiting their mother-in-law would host and cook for them. When they visit their mother-in-law, they are hosted to a ball.
Just one sentence.
Okay, let's Abigail, one sentence before we wrap up.
Real men appreciate women who run things and still have level heads. Real men appreciate. So if you're not a real man, you will have a problem with a woman trying to live her life and managing her family life. Life don't pass that level.
Talk about last word.
Leadership is an action word. Leadership is not about money. It's not about just position. It's about you taking responsibility and providing security and much more that we have said earlier.
Thank you, ladies. Amazing conversation. I think we triggered a few people. But really, I don't think this is really against men or providers. It's just to say that there's still a lot more that can be done as a leader in your home, emotionally, mentally, you know, in other ways. And we're in this together. There's no man versus women. Thank you so much, ladies. And to our viewers, thank you for joining us today. Join us for the pidgin version tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.